Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today we are continuing with this little journal. As you recall, my first attempt was a failure on using a altered book. So I made a cover, and this is the cover. It's material. I got some material ruffle here that I made. I've layered, well, there's several layers here. There's this, lace, some kind of lace applique type stuff. There's trim here. There is blue lace here. And a couple pieces of, dark and light blue velvets. There's a button here that I made that has a picture of it's kind of dark. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a butterfly. We've got some fabric here and a couple of flowers, a little tassel, and a little bit of bling hanging there. Some pretty ribbon and some bling along here. And then the tie is a sari silk that I kind of tie-dyed, I guess you would call it, using some blue color. I didn't want it solid. I just wanted kind of an old worn look, perhaps. I don't know if I achieved that or not, but anyway, so the signatures inside are glued in. I used PVA glue to glue the spine here to the book itself, and I did cover the header with the same fabric on that piece I was using for the spine. I did the front and the bottom. I mean the top and the bottom. And so, yeah, she's in here, 2 signatures. So that's where we are. I hope everyone's doing well, staying warm. We've got some massive storms going across the United States. I don't think anyone at all has been spared. So I just hope everybody is doing okay. So I made some pockets. Where did I get this material because I used it? Oh, you know what? I ended up using this material just in the spine there because, yeah, the book that I was altering, it was actually lined in this material, but then of course that didn't work out, and so here we are. So I made a pocket with some wings on it. To make sure. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there's that one. And let's go to the second signature. So I made this other pocket, and I ran some lace down the front of it because, well, why not? So Oh, that would look good there. That would look good there. I think I'll do it there. Okay. So anyway, I auditioned a lot of different things for the front cover. So I know some of you are probably disappointed that you didn't see that process, but at the same time, I don't know how interesting it would have been in reality, because like I said, I auditioned a lot of stuff. I dug around in my stash for fabric, for trim, for lace, anything blue, the right color of blue, the right tone of blue. You know how it goes. I mean, you know, there's 100 different blues. And, you know, chances are you don't have the right one. So, yeah, I just spent a lot of time, and I just don't know how, in the long run, I don't know how interesting that would have turned out being, so I did not include it. So here is a letter from the journal maker that I like to put in my journals, especially when they've sold. I always make sure there's one in there. So this says, and I don't know if you can screenshot this if you want to. I'll hold it like this so it would give you the opportunity. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind item. It is not perfect. Imperfections can be found, as with each of us. This journal is meant to be explored, written in, doodled in, a place to log events or to keep mementos of life. Thoughts, ideas, hopes, and dreams can be captured and expressed. Favorite quotes and things to remember. There are many pockets and tuck spots and little hideaways for your keepsakes. Everyone has a story to tell. No matter how you choose to express yourself, whether through words, artwork, photographs, and/or written notes of events, it is your story, and it is just the beginning. So, anyway, I don't know if you like that. You can certainly use it. I don't have a copyright on this, but it is what I have come up with, because that's how I feel about these journals and their intent. So I'm going to stick that right there. And then I have my card, and I can just stuck it in there like that. I don't want to, you know, put it in there permanently, because the person that gets this journal might not appreciate that. So we have a lot of built-in tuck spots, little side pockets, tucks, whatever you want to call them, in this journal, if you recall, because I saved the overages. Uh-oh, my printer, my printer did a boo-boo there. Well, that's one of those imperfections I was talking about, see? Okay, so, which way does that go? I think it goes this way. So, let's see. Oh my. Boy, that is just, isn't it? Okay. Well, this, I'm not going to put wings on this, so it won't hold very much. a tag or a journaling card. I showed these journaling cards that I had made from pages. My God. I made myself dizzy right then, so I'm sure I made you dizzy too. So that would fit in there. Come on, stick down. What's the matter with you? Maybe I don't want to use this glue. I don't know. It's not performing. So, okay, let's see. There's another place for one of these. Oh, here we go. Now, I suppose I should cover that, especially since it's upside down. I don't know how that happened. I guess I changed my mind on which way that was gonna go. I don't know where the rest of it is. Okay, so that goes this way. That kind of I do need, I got too much stuff on my desk. I do need my ink. Turn around. Do need my ink. I forgot to ink up the other one, didn't I? I hope everyone's doing well, keeping warm. You're not going too long without electricity if you lose it. I know one year, oh boy, I think a couple years ago, we had this huge ice storm and lots of trees came down and we ended up losing power for like 6 days, 7 days. Oh, what a nightmare. Because we could still eat because we have a gas stove. We could use the burners. We couldn't light the stove, you know, to open the door to warm the house. We couldn't do that because there's no way to light the stove burners with, you know, a match or a lighter because it's all kind of encased. But we could light the burners with a lighter. So we were able to do that, but we didn't have heat. And man, that was rough because it was really cold. And then of course, you know, my mobility scooter is electric. So after a couple days, it stopped working, which, you know, that was not pleasant. It seems like when that happened, I was getting around better than I could now. It just seems like that was the case, that I was still able to walk more than I can now. So now I would really be in trouble. And we have gas heat, and that just fries my bacon. I'll tell you right now, that just fries my bacon. You have gas furnace and gas heat, and yet you still need electricity for the stupid ignition switch or something. That just fries my bacon. I tell you. You know, what is the point of having gas if it still doesn't work when you lose electricity? You know, and I mean, don't get me started on the use of electricity over, you know, other things. It's like all these cars that need electricity to go, you know. And if your electricity is out, guess what? You can't charge your car. So you're not, you know. And then what do? I mean, let's say you don't have a charger at your home because you live in a condominium or an apartment or something like that where you don't have and you can't install your own charging station. Right? So you would have to go somewhere to charge your car, but your car has been sitting for days because the roads were bad and you couldn't get out. I mean, I don't know. Do these cars lose their charge? Like, you know, I mean, like my mobility scooter. The one that's out in the garage, you know, my big one that I use to tootle around the neighborhood. I keep that plugged in because if the battery goes to zero on these things, the battery's done. I mean, it is dead. You know, if the battery goes down to zero, it's dead. It won't come back. So that's always a stressful thing. You know what I mean? Oh, is the scooter plugged in? Oh, I should plug it in. Oh, when was the last time it was plugged in? You know, and it's constant. But I don't know what I want to use here. So yeah. So I don't know about these cars, you know. What happens if they go dead? What happens if they go dead? I don't know. But, and I don't know, do they drain? You know, if it's sitting in your garage or in your driveway for several days and you can't get out because there's snow or ice or what have you, and your car doesn't get charged, does it lose a charge while it's sitting there? You know, that's a question, isn't it? And what happens if it does lose its charge and you're not able to get out to recharge, and then when you can, there's no charge left. I mean, is it dead? Is the battery dead then? Or can it be, you know, charged up again? And how would you? How would you charge it again? I mean, is there a service that would come to your house for, you know, X amount of dollars and charge your car enough so you can get to a charging station? I mean, I don't know. That's a question too, isn't it? So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you know, well, there's pros and cons, I suppose, to both, but, you know, I'm just not, I'm just really not there yet. Not with, you know, cars anyway. We have solar panels on the house, and I would highly recommend that. It actually does work, and I was very skeptical on that, but it actually does work. And And we don't have battery backups because those systems cost a whole lot more. And I was told that in the end, even with battery backups, if your power goes out, you probably only have enough for a day. So we don't have the battery backups. But what happens is our electricity meter runs backwards. So all, every day that it's sunny, even if it's really cold, we're running off of solar. If it's sunny, we're running off of solar. So it doesn't matter how warm it is. So we're able to get enough, credit. So it runs backwards, right? And we have a credit with the electric company for all the electricity that we're sending back into the grid. And so we build up a credit, and then that credit takes us through the winter. So far, so good. That's the way it's been. And we've had the solar panels for when did we get those? A couple years anyway, 2 or 3 years. So yeah, it's a great thing. We got a lot of incentives, and we have the Energy Trust of Oregon, which gives you rebates on stuff like that. And there was some federal incentives at the time. I'm sure there probably still is. I don't know. But all in all, with all the incentives and what have you, the cost to us was minimal. Gee, I don't really want to cover that up, do I? Probably do that one. So yeah, it was a pretty good thing. I'm very pleased with that decision. But I haven't made up a decision about electric cars yet. I just don't, I don't, well, and there's another problem, right? So I'm, disabled. I can't get out of the car and stand there and plug the car in to an electric filling station, whatever you call them. I can't get out of the car and stand there and do that. And these, you see these stations, they're in parking lots, we've seen some in very secluded type, behind the business, clear at the, end in the bushes. They have some electric chargers, right? There's no attendance. See, in Oregon, they just started letting people pump their own gas. Why we did that after all this time, I have no idea, because who in their right mind really wants to get out of your car in the cold and rain and what have you to stand there and pump your own gas? I don't even I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but they recently passed that law here. But they still have attendance, so someone like me, I can just let them know that, hey, I can't do that, please pump my gas for me. But these, you know, places where you plug in your electric car, well, you know, like I said, they're obscure, they're in parking lots, they're, you know, they don't have attendants, they don't, you know, they don't have anyone to help you, they, you know, to do it for you. So what am I supposed to do, right? So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff people don't think of, you know? Well, of course they wouldn't, right? I mean, why would you? If you don't have the problem, you wouldn't think of stuff like that. But it is, I hope I've been in frame. I think so. Yeah, but I think of these things. I just found out something. My sweetie went to Target. Why he went to Target, I have no idea. I haven't been, or we haven't been to a Target in years because of my mobility issues. And last time I went to a Target, I mean, where you have to park, even the disabled parking, is quite a ways from the front door. And then once you get in the front door, they had the electric carts clear down, jammed up in this corner, all the way down the corridor, past customer service, you know, in a corner. They had them all jammed up in a corner. And it's like, you know, when I was starting to have problems, I could do that. I could still walk in and get to those carts. But after a while, you know, just getting to the front door wasn't possible, let alone, you know, walking clear down to that corner to get a cart. So I hadn't gone in a long time, and I didn't want to send my sweetie in because he has a bad back. He's more mobile than I am, but he still has a bad back, and I don't want to send him in and having him to have to walk all that ways to get me a cart, bring it out to me, and then he would have to walk back in all that way and get a cart for himself. You know, so that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to do that to him. So we haven't gone. And he went for something. And he comes home and he tells me that their electric carts are actually close to the front door. And I'm like, get out. And he says, yeah, they are. So I'm just like, oh. Well, if they're right at the front door, then he could go in, get one for me, bring it out, and then get one for himself. So, you know, Target has opened back up in my world. I know. Simple pleasures. But I'll tell you something. The best avocado I have ever brought home from this grocery store was avocados I bought at Target, of all places. So, yeah. I used to love Target. But, you know, they didn't seem to love me, you know. They didn't seem to care about my business, you know, and I'm pretty sure I said something about, you know, location of your electric carts are kind of questionable, and do you not understand the meaning of disabled? I mean, you know, frankly, I don't know how any of these stores expect a disabled person to do anything. If I was by myself, you know what I mean? There is a couple of smaller local grocery stores close to us. It's two that do help you. So if you're in their store and you're using one of their electric carts, they actually come out with you, help you unload the groceries into your car, and then they take the electric cart back into the store, which is awesome. I mean, I can't do that anymore, but my sweetie does. You know, he'll take them back in and walk, you know, take mine in, come back out, take his in, come back, you know what I mean? And we don't have to do that because they come out with you and they do that for you. So if I were to go by myself, I'm pretty sure I could sit in my car, call the store, tell them I'm here, and could someone bring an electric cart out to me? I'm sure there would be no problem in them doing that. So, you know, I'm covered. So I could actually go grocery shopping by myself. I know none of you understand that, but I tell you, it's huge. You know, being able to do something like that, be independent, it's huge. It really is. And, you know, it's nice to be able to just go to the store by yourself. I haven't done it yet, but I'm pretty sure it would be something I could do. Because usually my sweetie wants to get out of the house, so he wants to go too. So. So I have just been doing stuff as I've been jibber jabbering. So hopefully, I mean, what I'm doing doesn't really require too much of an explanation or, you know, do this and undo that type of thing, because I'm just adding pockets or adding trim, or I thought that would look nice there, you know, type of thing. So, you know, I apologize if I jibber jabber too much and you'd rather me talk about what I'm doing, but, you know, I just didn't find any interest in what I was doing. If that makes sense. So some of these I think I'm just going to leave like that. A person could glue that down if they wanted to, or, you know, there's a little, they could write something there, and, you know, but, you know, maybe this fabric that I used, I carry that to inside here. Now I could ruffle that up. That's cool. I kind of like that. I wonder if that would work. I don't know whether this would work or not. Usually I use hot glue when I'm doing something like this. You know, if I haven't ruffled it on the, you know, sewing machine, which is usually the best way to do this. I usually do this with hot glue, and of course I scream and burn my fingers, and although I did get some little finger covers, I don't know where they got off to. Gonna have to look for those. I ran across these finger covers that are made for using hot glue so you don't burn your fingers, and I thought, oh, that's brilliant. And I got a package. There's 3 of them in a package, and haven't used them yet. But I don't use hot glue that much because I don't know. I just don't trust it not to fail, you know, so I don't like using it that much. Oops. It doesn't help if you stick to my fingers. So there. That worked. That worked. I love it when a plan comes together. There. That's cute, isn't it? Yeah, I'm glad I thought of that. I need to carry the fabric I used into the book. Oh, that one didn't have a thing on it. Oh. So now, this looks like something I've coffee dyed. Let's see. Can I? No. Of course I can't. Of course I can't. Of course I can't. So I'm just going to try and, I don't know, pull and cut at the same time. Maybe get, no, just which way is up? If you look too long, then let it go because it doesn't matter. I've said that before. If you have to look a long time to figure out which end is up, then it doesn't matter. So, what I'd really like to have is a accessible minivan that I could, you know, that has the ramps that come out of it, and you can ride up into it and then get off your scooter or wheelchair, whatever you use, and, you know, get into the driver's seat and take off. I would love that. But the cost is very high on those. And now with interest rates being, you know, so much more, you know, buying a car right now just makes no sense, you know, because the interest rates are so high that your monthly payments are, you know, double what they would normally have been. So, yeah, can't do that. So a person has to be creative with, you know, just getting around and being able to do stuff. Luckily, they, you know, these stores all have, you know, the ordering online and pick up. You just sit in your car and they load it up for you and off you go. And that works out really well. And you know what? To be honest, if you do it like that, you have a whole lot less impulse purchases, right? Because when you're ordering stuff online, you really don't, you know, come across impulse purchasing too much. So it actually saves money by doing it that way. So that's always an option. I tell ya, you know, COVID was a trial for a lot of people, but, you know, some things came out of it. More stores offered that, you know, online shopping and pickup option, and there's, you know, they still do it. So that is super nice. Although sometimes you just want to get out of the house and, you know, look around a store. You know, there's always that. I know we didn't leave the house for quite some time during all that. I mean, we did the pickups, you know, but other than that, we didn't go into stores and we didn't go into restaurants, and it was just our you know, decision based on our age and other health factors. You know, it was just the best thing for us to do. But, you know, once things started opening up again, it was sure nice to be able to just go to the store and look around. That's cute there, huh? Little writing spot. I don't know. So I have one of these that I had made, and we did that in a video just a little bit ago. It's going to be, this is a smaller journal than what I typically do. So what do I do, guys? Do I, oh, it's too wide even. Oh, you know, they'll fit my normal journals just fine, but this journal is smaller than typical, so this one's smaller than what I typically make, so I don't know if a lot of my stuff is even going to fit. Maybe I should do this one. Just putting these in right now. I gotta decorate them and stuff, but let's see. Where are we going here? Now, do I want to do that? I don't know. I think it's there. So yeah, I'm just gonna decorate them. Of course, I have a bunch of tags in my stash that I've already made. So it's not like I really have to make any because I have a lot. Although I don't know if they would fit the smaller size. I wonder if that would be a tuck. Is that a tuck? No, it's not a tuck. I glued it in too much. Well, those are bigger. Huh. Oh boy. Honest to Pete. Yeah, that's bigger. Yeah, all my tags are probably too big. for this journal. But we'll see. We'll see. Put that in there like that. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Well, yeah. So that's what I wanted to come along and show you guys today. Just that the signatures are in and how I did that. And that's not bad, you know, is it? Something that started out a disaster has been fixed. And I don't think I showed you this, but I got a bunch of ruffles that stick out. Some are fabric and some are those paper kind of ruffles, like here. I like that one. Some of these other ones are a little bit stiff. Coffee dyed paper is kind of stiff. That's like cardstock. That's really stiff. Okay, to ink that. Okay, so anyway, that's where we are right now. Thank you for joining me. I still have to add beads or something to the end of those. But, you know, we'll work in this journal on and off, page here, page there, what have you. But I love it. I love it. It's a nice size, actually. I kind of enjoy this size, to tell you the truth. So I don't know if it would fit in one of my boxes. Nah, a little bit too big for the box. But yeah, I painted this box. I didn't make the box. I just painted it and lined the inside. Painted the inside, lined it, painted the outside. I really like how this one turned out. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so that's it for today. Please like and subscribe and join our growing community as we explore everything junk journals. Until next time, take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.